The Penguin cannot keep getting away with this because that's got to be one of the most insane season finales to end a series that I've seen in a really long time. You either die a villain or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. But this episode really had it all, and it left me shocked. And there were some crazy cameos and Easter eggs too. And me and you, we gotta talk about it. This is your spoiler warning, you have been warned. So we pick up with a flashback to one of Mama Cobb's memories. She knows that Oz killed his brothers, and she asked for Rex Calabresi's help. And he said a boy that's willing to do that can go far in this type of neighborhood. Picking back up in real time, we got Victor seeing the aftermath of the explosion. And I love how Vic stood up to the mob bosses and was like, we gotta go find Oz. But they didn't give a shit about Oz. All they cared about was his operation, and that shit's on the ground. Meanwhile, we see that Oz has been kidnapped by Sophia, and they also got Mama Cobb there too. And Oz is just freaking out. But Sophia got something for his ass. Sophia tells Oz that she knows that he killed his brothers and that his mom has always known. And Oz over here like, you crazy. And she was like, here, I thought I was the problem. You've always been a monster. Let's go, motherfucker, boys. And Sophia, she tries to get Oz to admit it, or Mama Cobb's gonna lose a ring just like Alberto. And that's when his mom flips out. She's like, I know you did it. You're a horrible person. I've always known. And she stabs him with a broken bottle. And it's just so heartbreaking to see the one person that he loved does not love him. Mama Cobb sees a vision of her two dead sons, and she passes out. Oz somehow finds a way to escape this situation. He even takes his mom to the hospital, which is when he calls Vic and he sees Oz patching himself up. Oz is like, damn, this kid really loves me. You did good, kid. But I need you to do something for me. Back with Sophia, she offers her power, everything in the Falcone name, to all of the other mob bosses. Meanwhile, Oz makes a deal with that judge about pinning everything that's happened so far that Oz has done on Sophia. And then boom, we get a Bella Royale mayor cameo. That's the mayor of Gotham. Acknowledge her. But Oz finds himself kidnapped while Sophia burns everything in her father's name down to the ground. Some women just want to watch the wild bun. And she's finally set free of the Falcone curse. She actually burns down the whole mansion. I thought she was offering that shit up. Sophia meets up with all the other mob bosses who have the Penguin captured. But it's a trap! Link shoots Gal, and they all take out all of Sophia's men. Oz really hit that reverse Uno card on her. But he says, let's take a drive for old time's sake. He tells her that the way that he won was because of guys like him. All the undermen of the mob bosses wanted more. So he takes Sophia to a bridge where it looks like he's finally gonna... She closes her eyes, but she sees flashing red and blue lights. Because remember, Oz pinned all this shit on her. And she's got to go back to the one place she hates, Arkham. And back with Oz, we see that his mom is in a vegetable state. It was just so sad seeing him be like, nah, I need you to say you're proud of me, Mom. Ma. Give Colin Farrell his Emmy. And it was also really sweet seeing Vic try to console him, which is when we pick up with the scene between Oz and Victor. You think they're having a nice heart-to-heart? Vic's like, Oz, you're like family to me. I love you after all this. And Oz is like, yeah, you do mean a lot to me now, kid. But having a heart makes me weak. He starts taking out, no, don't go to the light, Vic. He really hit the reverse Uno card on us. As Oz really is the villain. Always has been, always will be a piece of shit. And this shot really just says it all. Over with Sophia in Arkham, Julian Rush gives her a letter from her half-sister, Selena Kyle. She just sits in her cell and slightly smiles. I wonder what that means for the future. We pick up with Oz. He finally got his mod at Penthouse, he said. And he gets his girl, Miss Carlo, to dress up as his mom and tell him that he's proud, which was kind of fucking weird. And then we end with that light hitting the sky. It's not just a call, it's a warning. And boom, the series is over. And I really just gotta say, this is 10 out of 10, no notes. Really interesting, compelling, complex characters that you really care about. I'm still reeling over the loss of Vic. Like, man, that's crazy. Oz is actually a villain. This is how you do a villain story. And I just can't wait for the Batman Part 2.